The Santa Cruz Mountains have long attracted visitors to enjoy the awe-inspiring beauty of protected old-growth redwood forests in preserved sanctuaries such as California's first state park, Big Basin, opened to the public in 1902. Big Basin was saved from the saw by visionary citizen activists, members of what was then called the Sempervirens Club. Today, the Sempervirens Fund continues that deep commitment to the forests and to our future.
And Sara Barth is with me. Sara, you're the executive director of the Sempervirens Fund. And Sempervirens have been in these woodlands of the Santa Cruz Mountains for more than a century, protecting the forests, making them accessible increasingly to each and every single one of us. What in the next century? What are the big challenges? What are your big dreams?
Yeah, 100 years ago, Sempervirens Fund was dealing with millions and millions of acres of redwood forests. In the meantime, we've lost 95% of those forests, so we're dealing with the remaining 5%. And so every acre becomes incredibly precious from a conservation standpoint. The threats that we're facing have also changed. It used to be that it was logging and clear cutting that jeopardized these forests. Today, it's development pressure, surrounding urban areas that encroach on these forests, as well, of course, as the existential threat of climate change.
And climate change is upon us with the extraordinary fires that we've had here, and now drought once again. How do you make these landscapes more resilient to a rapidly changing climate?
Yeah, we can't protect these redwood forests from climate change, but we can help make them as resilient as possible in the hopes that they can withstand the impacts of climate change. And the way we do that is by protecting larger and larger amounts of acreage, ensuring that one protected forest is connected to another so species can migrate between the two. And of course, we really are now engaging much more actively in forest management to try to reduce the risk of catastrophic wildfire.
And talk about catastrophic wildfire. Big Basin State Park, our beloved first state park, Sempervirens, essential in establishing it, burned catastrophically. What's your counsel to us as we look to the future of Big Basin State Park and what it might mean to all of us?
The restoration of the forests at Big Basin is going to be on nature's timeline, and that's a long time horizon. It took 1,000 years for those trees to get the way they were and make them so beloved, and many of them are going to live for another 1,000 years. So we just need to be patient as nature restores itself. The opportunity that the fire brings is to really reimagine Big Basin and have it become a model for parks of the 21st century. And by that I mean parks that are welcoming and inclusive to all, a park that is designed to be climate resilient and fire wise, facilities that are ecologically sensitive and light on the land. And so that is perhaps the silver lining of this forest, is that Big Basin can become a model for conservation all over the country for how we do it right in the 21st century.
It's an opportunity for all of us to lean in, to be supportive, to be helpful, to be patient, and to come back and visit that park again in a new and hopeful way. Sara, thanks for what you're doing, and we'll see you out here in these woods.
Thank you, Doug.